Hey. Oh, I'm getting my arms ready for football season. Touchdown.
It's almost football season too. Oh my goodness.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a big NFL fan. More so than all of the other sports combined. Hey, folks, how y'all doing tonight? We have some great special guests. I'm going to talk about our usuals, our standbys, the governor's cabinet, and that's Miss Tricia. Tricia set sails here, and the mighty Chris M. He's here tonight. That's the governor's cabinet, and then we have some special guests. Miss Carol, all the way from the other side of the world, from Thailand. She's showing up for Thailand.
Yeah.
And then we have Mr. Mark. He's up there in that northern territories of Oklahoma.
You live in Oklahoma, Chris? No, wait. Mark.
I'm not.
You live in
Marcus. Yeah.
Who lives in Oklahoma?
Mark.
Yes. Mark? Oh, okay. I live in Oklahoma too.
Oklahoma, right, Mark?
That's right. Straight in the long. Well, it's not the Lone Star State. That's a Sooner State.
cousin to Texas.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. Yep.
Internet. We have a few absentees tonight. Sherman had something come up. He couldn't make it. I don't know if you heard or not, but Eddie's in the emergency room. Got some stuff going on. Trying to decide whether or not they're going to send him home tonight or going to be keeping him overnight. And then Dave, please send your prayers to Dave. His mom's in bad shape, so a lot of you know all about some of that stuff. So hopefully y'all keep him in your prayers. We got echo somewhere.
Yeah, somebody got their volume turned up.
Yeah, I think it might be a TV, or maybe there's it's coming from two places.
Mark.
Yes.
How you doing?
Hi, Donna.
How are
Good
you?
to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm trying to get my technical stuff set up right now. My TV is lagging.
Yeah, we're making another run on that seascape in December. So we got Mr. Mark's Music Obsession here tonight. Hello, Scott. Hey, Scott, how you doing, buddy? Miss Lori, how you been doing, Miss Lori? Yeah, no, I agree, Scott. It's the governor's cabinet, man. You know it's top rate. Miss Najuma, how you doing tonight? Good evening. That's right, Mark. Yeah, prayers. Will G, how you doing, Will G? I keep going. Miss Jennifer, Embarkation Nation, how you doing tonight? Lady Nicole, how you doing? Hi, Miss Nicole. Yeah. Yeah, she saw you there, Jennifer. Hey, Danny. Yeah, she stepped out for a minute. I'll be right back in. Hey, the fam, how you doing? The fam adventure. I don't want to miss anybody. Linda Montemayor, how you doing, Miss Linda? Okay, Cam fam, Mitch, how you doing tonight? Yeah, folks, I'm excited to see Miss Carol and lost Mark. It's that rudimentary system they have up there in Oklahoma. Anyway, so this Carol, did I hear correctly? 33 hours to get there?
Yes. But I had a 9-hour layover in Bangkok.
Wow.
but the first flight was 15 hours. So the flight from Dallas into Taipei, Taiwan was 15 hours straight in the air, 15 hours straight. And we left at 12:15 a.m. on August 1st. So, it was at night. They kept the plane dark the whole time. They just woke us up to eat. We had 2 full meals on the plane, but they kept everything quiet and dark. Mostly everybody just slept. Yeah, that first flight was 15 hours, and then there was a 3-hour flight, and then another 2-hour flight.
Wow, that's a lot of time in there. That gives you some good miles for your
and it was
airline miles loyalty program.
It wasn't one of the major line. I mean, it's a major airlines here in the Southeast Asia. But it was beautiful. I mean, it was a good flight, but it was long. It was long. You just sleep.
Hey, Mark, you might want to mute I think you got a TV on or something. Something else is picking up a mic. Just use the mic on your phone. Hey, I had to learn that myself, Mark. I had all kinds of problems like that.
That better?
Try that again. Yes. Oh, definitely. Perfect.
There we go.
You got it, man. Stem to Stern, how you doing? Welcome to the show. There we go. Mr. Chris has been globe-trotting quite a bit lately himself this whole summer.
Yeah.
But something about going back to work the kind of got him grounded in place today.
Yeah, it was definitely rough having to get back to work after traveling all summer. And even the worst thing is just trying to figure out what to eat. You just go to the main dining room and just pick from a menu, and now you got to, well, do I want this or do I want that? And then you got to cook it, and then you got to clean.
But who's going to cook now?
Exactly.
Who's going to make up the room for you?
Trust me, my bed ain't been made up since I've been home. I'm like,
I bet.
Fire that room steward. Fire the room steward. So what's going on?
Really? Oh man. From my early days of cruising, I always had my newspapers. That's back when I had all newspapers, So I'd be sitting there on the couch reading the paper, and I'd be doing this. Those early days of cruising, man, them ships move a little bit, So
yeah, some people get that thing where you get off the ship and you're still like rocking. Have you heard about that? Yeah. And my daughter gets it a couple times that she's cruised. She gets it for like about 2 weeks. And then a couple people that were on the cruise, they got it too. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my wife had that the first couple times we cruised, and she hasn't said anything real bad about it this time. Actually, what she did, she actually called the doctor, and the doctor just said to take some meclizine or Bonine or something like that, just to that'll kind of help settle things down.
Yeah,
post cruise even too. So,
your mark back in there. There we go. Yeah, it's that's just nowadays. I guess because the ship's so stabilized, it's not as much. I still have somewhat of sea legs while I'm walking. That lasts for several weeks, but I don't have that where I'm sitting there and I'm doing this much anymore. So
I do that out of the need of wanting to get on a cruise. So
yeah,
yeah. Hey, Attila, how you doing? Cruise ship drone made it in. RB, tripping with RB. Hey, glad to see you here tonight, buddy, or wife and buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and kind of jealous because Trisha's going to get going down to the ABCs here pretty soon. So less than a month.
Oh
right?
yeah,
that's
on my bucket list. I've been to the B. No, excuse me. I've been to the C. Haven't been to the A, B yet. So,
but I'm getting a bad deal here because the thing that my mother and I were most looking forward to of the ABC Islands was the last stop in Curacao. and we wanted to walk across the Queen Emma Bridge. And Sunday morning, there's a live stream, and they just keep panning around right there at the bridge. And I'll turn it on and I'll watch.
Man, shoot.
Patrick
But you
said,
still
"I
gotta have a
never
great
had
cruise,
Bridge going to
nevertheless.
Miami, so yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that bridge going. Yeah, I did hear about that.
But I mean, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's not like we're not going to have a good time. We're going to have a great time." And I told my mom, I
Yeah.
said, "Well, Patrick said we just had to book another cruise." And so, I mean,
Right.
There you go.
That's
Hey,
wild, Lord.
when hubby says to book another cruise, far be it from you to say
Yeah.
no, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Now you just got to convince your boss to give you more PTO.
Right. Speaking of, have y'all heard my news?
Yes.
Did you hear my news? I have a new boss coming in a couple of weeks. I
Okay.
got the job that I was looking for.
Uh,
I love
Oh.
now. I say that I love my current boss. I
Yeah.
am not leaving my current role for anything negative. It's just time to grow. But yeah, new job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
funny, Lori.
What you say?
That's funny. Jennifer said, hi, Don. Donna.
Hi.
Yeah.
I mean, Chloe's mom.
Yep. Chloe's mama.
Say hi to Chloe.
Don says hi to Chloe, Jennifer. And then, of course, Danny. Numchuck Danny. Danny. I got to get that video from Eddie or Sherman, whoever had that. Play that every once in a while. That is so funny. Danny in action. Woo! It does give me the willies sometimes, sitting there flinging them nunchucks around and all that. So, ooh, that could hurt.
She's a trained professional. Don't mess with Danny D.
Yeah.
She will knock
Ooh,
you down.
got that right. Mm.
And I loved it when she added ninja to her name. I said, oh my
Oh
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's pretty cool, Trisha. You got to break them in.
Who am I breaking in? No, they're gonna have to break me in. Completely different role. I have so much to learn. It's a completely different role. Same company, so I don't lose any PTO or anything.
It's scary and exciting all at the same time. But you know what? Good for you. I mean, it's something you obviously wanted. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Chloe said hi. Hello, Donna.
I had said that I would know when it was time to move from my current role. And literally within about a 2.5-3 week time frame, I had 2 different hiring managers reach out to me, asking me to apply for a position in their department.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Eddie,
well, if that is
Eddie.
not telling me it's time to make a change, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eddie,
yeah.
you do what they tell you to do to get well, man. Get out of the ER. You do what
100%,
you do.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all thinking about you.
oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's but sound like you're comfortable now with the situation and all that. That's a good thing. That's
Yeah.
My daughter, she's having some kind of issue. It's not so much the boss; it's a coworker that's not pulling her weight, and it's causing her to have to work doubly hard. So it's it's when you're not having fun at work and all that, doing your job, it gets kind of. Donna went through a lot of that, so yeah.
I love my jobs. It was very bittersweet.
I love my patients. I just hate it.
Yep. Eddie says trying. He's trying. Okay, I take your word for it.
He's trying to get himself out of there. Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yep. So what is your experiences like right now, Carol?
Oh, right now, I've just been chilling at, right now I haven't even seen the ocean yet. Okay. I haven't even seen the ocean and I'm on an island. So today, me and my grandson, we're going to venture out. He's still sleeping because right now it's 8:16 in the morning on Tuesday. Right, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
here it's Tuesday, 8:16 in the morning. So he's still upstairs. And so when he gets up and gets going.
12 hours
Yeah.
shifted from us. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're 12 hours ahead. We're 12
Right.
hours ahead. Yeah.
Hey,
So
Bill.
that
How
pretty
you
easy?
doing, Bill?
Is that pretty easy to
Bill.
adjust to with the 12-hour
Yeah.
difference going from the night to day? Did you for the time change and everything? Is that pretty easy for you, Carol?
I had to sleep so much yesterday. I had to just I was watching my grandson because my daughter is, she teaches, so she's gone to work, and then my grandson's out of school. So so I'm kind of watching. I am watching him, and yeah. So the time difference, it did kind of affect me more than it did when I went to the Greek Isles. We did that cruise last September, and it was this one just really wiped me out. I think that 9-hour layover really did it. I think because that you're just kind of at the airport, you can't really do too much of anything, walk around, drink a lot of coffee. They put us in for the 9 hours. I was in a lounge. I had access to the
Dave.
You're playing cards
Uncle
with
Dave.
us. Dave?
Hey, Dave.
What's happening?
So they put you in a lounge. That was pretty good then. I mean, at least you didn't have
That
to.
was nice. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah, that was nice. So
I got
that made it.
I got to recognize Malibu and Antoinette. They showed up tonight on the chat board.
Okay.
Yep.
Antoinette, I got in your live right when you were signing off, so I didn't even get a chance to say hi to you. So
Yeah.
hello tonight, Antoinette.
I started typing in and said hi and all that. And I said, wait a minute. That's a rerun. Dang it. I missed it.
Bill, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, Bill said the food looked good, and the food. I've been posting mostly on Facebook, because it's just easier to post on Facebook than try to put together something for YouTube.
Yeah,
pretty much. And so I've been trying to last night. Okay, so we had my daughter ordered brought up a menu, and food here is so easy to get. They will deliver it. I mean, this was 9:00 last night, and she was on all kinds of menus.
Wow.
Oh, we could do this one, we could do this one, we could do this one. So we had enough food for 3 people, $8
Wow.
with delivery and tip. $8, 3 full meals. And
Can't even walk
it
to
was-
McDonald's in Seattle for $8. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, you can't even get anything at McDonald's for $8.
Not
So,
anymore.
Carol, where are you?
I'm in Phuket, Thailand.
Oh, you're in
Thailand.
Phuket. Oh, you shit me right now?
No, she's in
Yeah.
Thailand, man. I was shocked.
That's
to
not
see
right.
her
That's
offer.
Rick. Phuket, Thailand.
That's not how I
Yeah.
pronounce that word. So,
Yeah,
but
my background's not telling anything, but yes, I'm in
Are you
Phuket, Thailand.
staying there, or are you gonna go like to Pattaya and
Hey, Carl.
Oh, I'll be here for till the 16th because I'm staying with
Man, I
my
don't even know
daughter.
if we can be friends anymore, Carol, because that's like a bucket list stop for me, and I'm really
Oh,
not.
There you go.
So this weekend we are going to the Fifi Islands, and so we're gonna see. Yeah,
I don't even like
hopefully
Carol, y'all. I'm leaving. Bye.
We got, hey,
and then
Dave, we
me and
got
my husband might
Mark.
go see some elephants today. Yeah.
We got Mark Erickson here also. And
Mark,
Hey, Dave.
Mark,
Yes.
did you go on the cruises this summer, Mark?
Yeah, I was on the Seascape.
That's what I thought it was during the summer. Yeah. We sat with Mark on Seascape on the inaugural, and had good conversations and all. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite the cruise. I mean, they standard far as entertainment and everything was pretty good. I got the same problem Dave has, a dog that likes to bark. Get in there.
whoa.
Well, we don't know anything about that, huh, Dave?
She thinks she's a beautiful dog.
It's on Wednesday and Saturday night. She's
Oh, what a sweetie! What a sweetie!
Yeah.
I don't even know if Camille would come over here.
She thinks she's
I
She
seen
thinks
Camille
she's half
once or
human.
twice before. Yep.
So, Carol, not to get too deep or anything, but you said your daughter teaches. Does she teach English as a second language kind of thing, or
Yes.
Yes.
what is she?
Yeah. For elementary, she teaches first grade at a Thai school. It's
Right.
actually the school she teaches at is an international school. So you've got lots of Thai students, but you have there's lots of Russians, Africans, and people from England,
Right, just
Europeans.
people from all over the world, right? Yeah,
Big blood files.
awesome.
That is so cool.
That's
so cool.
that's
to
awesome.
go to another country, and teach your language. I mean, because when we all were in school, it was like French and Spanish. That's all they would teach you.
Right.
Yes.
And like you could go to the Philippines or Thailand and get a job as a teacher. And I don't know. It's something about it just amazed me. They don't want me to be a teacher. That's for damn sure.
Put your application in. You never know.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine? Like
She,
thousands.
that wasn't what she didn't major in education in college.
I didn't either. I mean,
Yeah.
but can you imagine thousands of Thai and thousands of Filipinos running around talking like I do? Are you kidding me right now? It would be a revolt, man.
The world can't handle that, Dave.
The government would shut that place down, or they would take over the government. One of the two.
There we go.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Hey, TJ. Woo.
Well, Dave, I could tell you this, Dave, after 34 years teaching, I think you could do it.
I had a teacher. I mean, I don't want to get off the subject too much, but I had a teacher in high school, and he was a band teacher. I played the trumpet, not really. I tried anyway. Of no Louis Armstrong, that's for sure. But he taught us more about life than anything musical, and he was like, you young people need to learn everything you can inside this classroom about life, because once you walk out those doors on graduation day, everybody's trying to screw you over. Everybody.
One of my philosophies about teaching for all these years is, you got to engage a student, and whatever the subject matter is, if you can engage a student and teach them the love of learning, and
you have to have that engagement. And like I believe, like, teachers here now are like handing out assignments. Okay, y'all do this. They're not having that like that personable experience. Like we were kids, right? I'm 55. I went to school in the 80s, and a teacher would actually teach and not just, here you go.
right. And COVID being away for those 2 years, boy, that's really effective. It is, because it's going to take years for them to get back to social interaction, and let's face it, you got to be able to communicate. You got to in today's business, it's a must. And
Well, I mean, yeah, I get that. Like, I'm glad I was out of school when that came around, because there's no way I could sit at the dining room table with my mother or my father for 8 hours straight. It ain't happening. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Well, all I can say is if something like that happened again in this world, and I had to teach remote, that cruise ship better have some good damn internet. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. Yes, sir.
You gotta
That's
go
where
to
you
ship
find
out
me.
good internet. Bring your own Starlink with you. Put it out on your balcony.
That's where you find me. If I knew we were going to be out of school for a month or so, you better bet your Skippy I'm going to be on that ship.
Back
Well,
to
Dave,
back, back to back.
Dave, I was going to tell you that I'm a proud veteran too. I was on the USS Forstall,
No way. Were you? No, you weren't on with the fire.
No, it was after that. I'm not that damn old.
Sorry.
I've been
I
to the
guess I'm
space.
the only one in that range.
I mean, maybe a few years later. But yes, I did time on the forestall, and
Sweet.
so I'm 80% medically disabled, and a retired teacher now, 4 months.
I was a ground pounder for 10 years. I was in the Army. I mean,
Yeah, I was an engineer.
I say ground pounder, but you know they paid us like $150 a month extra to jump out of perfectly good airplanes. So hey, $150 is $150.
I watched them leave on the fight deck, and I never understood why someone would want to jump out of a perfectly good plane.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I think I'm all right. I don't think I want to do that.
I've always been asked, you know, what was your scariest jump you ever made? I said, well, there's two of them. Like, okay, I said the first one's one. They're like, why? I said, because you don't know what's out that door. When you jump out of it, you don't know what's out there. They said, what was the next one? I said, the second jump. They're like, why? I said, because now you know what's out there. You know.
Yep. So
Get out of the trash. Now you're just trying to make me bad.
I gotta tell y'all a funny story. We was down in the Virgin Islands. This is I was on the forestall, and a cruise ship came in. We thought, oh, that ain't very damn big, you know. And they came in and went to the dock. And last year I was on a cruise, and Star of the Seas pulled in, and well, it was on the seascape when it pulled in. And I was like, that's a damn big ship. You know, the new ones are almost as big as aircraft carriers now.
yeah.
And it's just like,
Put a flat
Imagine
piece of
that.
asphalt on there. You could have an aircraft carrier on those ships.
Well, I think the aircraft carrier is the flight deck is like, I don't know, 400 yards,
right.
something like that. Yeah, 400 yards, which is 1,200 feet of flight deck, not the actual ship length. But yeah, it's about right. You know, these cruise ships 1,200, 1,300 feet long. So,
But just to see the change, you know, of say that was probably in the 90s,
yeah.
around 92, 93, and that where we're at now is like just unbelievable. The size and technology where we've come.
Yeah, I joined the Army in 1989, and I was in for right at about a year. I think I was in for about a year.
About the time I went in the Navy. I did almost 3.5 years before, you know, I was put out medical leave. But
I was in for 3.5 years. I mean, I was in for a year, and they sent us to this little place. They I joined. The reason I joined the Army really was to get away from South Louisiana and all the heat. You know, I'm going to Colorado, Korea. I want to go to Germany. I want to go someplace where it gets cold. I was stationed in Colorado, and I'm like, yes. And I was there for 1 year. And let's see, it was there they go. Hey, thank you for making the period. It was mid or kind of the end of 1990, and they put us all on an airplane and they sent us to Saudi Arabia. And I spent 16 months over there.
You know, another funny story about
take it back 14 months.
Funny story I can tell you about the Caribbean is we pulled into Gitmo Bay, Cuba.
Oh, I've been there. I've been to Guantanamo.
And we pulled in. They gave us, you know, leave for a little while. I'll never forget this. There's a hill going up to this little bar at the top of the base, and I'm walking along, and this iguana just starts walking beside me. and we're walking up the hill, and I stopped because I was like, "Damn, that's an iguana." And he turned around and looked at me. He was like, "You coming or not?"
Big. Dude, they're huge. Some of
Yeah.
them are huge. One, I was at when I was there, we were there in 94, 95 for the Cuban Haitian refugees, and we stayed at Phillips Park, which is out on the tip.
Hey, Keith.
We were there through a hurricane, but they have banana rats.
Yes.
Down in South Louisiana, we call them nutrients. You know, they're huge.
Oh yeah, nutrient. Yeah.
We had this one iguana. He had to be 4 feet long, and he would sit outside of our hooch, our Quonset hut, and wait for breakfast. Because the guys would give him like bacon and eggs and all that kind of stuff. Whatever we didn't eat in the morning, we'd give to him. And he sat out there. He knew the exact time we left for work, and he would sit outside that damn tent and wait for his food. If you didn't give him any, he'd whip that tail around, try to hit you with it. I've got pictures of them. I ought to scan some of them.
we got them here, man. The nutria, man.
Right.
I know Florida's big on the iguana thing.
Yep.
Hey, and I was going to tell you, y'all may not know this, but Rick does. I grew up in Galveston from the time I was about 3 years old up until I was 18 or 19 years old before we moved down to Oklahoma, where I went to college. But yeah, I got many fond memories of that island. And one of the things I can tell y'all is that if you got a little time, get around, because there's some really neat stuff in Galveston that I think a lot of it's overlooked. The Victorian houses.
Oh yeah. Totally agree.
And that's been, there was a big initiative, I know, probably 5-6 years ago, about restoring those and bringing them back to.
Well, they have done quite a bit of that already now. That's one thing. That's the big industry now in Galveston. And I have quite a few of you know I'm in real estate, and some of you may not know I'm in real estate. And I represented some buyers and trying to buy some of those. I mean, these things are falling down, and they get in a bidding war over them. And I have lost several times a client to buy some of those houses down there to restore, but were beat by somebody else with a whole pocket full of money, and they're buying these buildings. I mean, you go in there, I kind of watch my step and all that, but you can see some of the architecture done on the inside as well as the outside. And I'm a big architecture fan. I was an architecture fan back when in my teens, when I first started driving down the island. The island down there back in the 70s, early 70s, Mark attests to this, it was rough. But yeah, I could see all these buildings and all that down in the Strand area. The Strand area is not at all like it is today, back in those days. I mean, you worried about walking by those buildings where it's going to fall on you.
Right.
But luckily, the Mitchells and the Moody's and a bunch of people got together and they started buying up those buildings, especially the Mitchells. And they totally rebuilt a lot of those buildings in the Strand area. And now it's just such a big renaissance down there. I was the architecture there in the Strand area, and of course the Victorian homes all across the island. It's just I just love that stuff, and to be involved in it sometimes, with helping investors buy some of these buildings and all that is just, I love that. And
that's why I'm flying in for the booze. That's why I'm flying in for the booze cruise 2 days early, because Rick and I have talked about this. I'm going to that train museum down there.
Yes.
I've seen that train museum twice, and I've never
I need to do that.
I've never been able to stop. So I'm flying in 2 days early just to go to that train museum.
Yeah, last time I was down, Dave, I went to that train museum, and I was really impressed by it.
I walked around the outside of it because the people I was cruising with was parked back there. I walked around and I'm like, whoa.
Hey, Leslie.
Like, all right. I'm gonna see this. My father passed away 2 years ago, and he was big into like collector trains. Lionel, he was in the Lionel Club. I bet you I have $100,000 worth of just mint train cars here at the house.
Wow.
You got a huge setup back there, and
in the wintertime they have that Polar. They do that Polar Express too on some of those train cars down there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was saying that one of my favorite times as a kid down there was always the Dickens evening on the Strand.
Oh yeah,
when all the people dress up in the Dickens costuming, and I mean that's one of the things I always thought was super cool. That weekend was just really something special down there. So
that's one of the real neat festivals they have down there. Yeah.
But last year I was down there when we did the Seascape, and they had the biker rallies, and I never seen so many people. I never seen so many people in my whole life. I mean, motorcycles that I was like, I'm not even a motorcycle person, and I was ready to jump on one and take a ride. Yep. But
speaking of motorcycles, Carol, how many scooters have you seen?
Kimberly, how you doing?
A lot. And my daughter rides a scooter. Okay, that's the only mode of transportation that she has here. She
thousands of them down there.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, yeah, I wonder. He said motorcycles. I'm like, I bet you Carol's seen a scooter or two.
They're everywhere.
And they love their horn. They love their horns. Beep, 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 horns all the time.
I see it every year. I see the bike rally every year. So that's why I try to tell you guys beforehand, be aware. It means it's okay, but be aware. And it's really, you go watch those webcams and all that. It is really a fun event. And just go see all those bikers down there and all that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, one of the times I took a cruise out of Galveston was the day of the bike rally. One of the days, that weekend, it's usually a weekend, starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday, and I think our cruise took off on Saturday or Sunday and the bikes were everywhere. It took us forever to get through that traffic and get on the ship. Yeah. That was Vista. I think the Vista was the Vista ever in Galveston? Was it the Vista? Vista was in Galveston.
Vista, yeah, Vista was down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was November.
A year in Galveston. Sure did.
Yeah.
I think that was the same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I took the Vista out of Galveston, and I hear a lot of people complaining about the Port of Galveston, about this and that and the other thing.
No, I love it. It doesn't ever bother me.
Look, the Port of Galveston and the Port of Miami are the two fastest times I've ever gone from the car to the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say
even
that.
in my home state of New Orleans,
good.
even in Port of New Orleans, that I know very well, and I've gone out there many, many times. It sucks. But anyway, Galveston and Miami, for me, as a solo cruiser, and I don't go with friends, I just go.
Yeah.
Everything I have is with me all the time.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom. I think that the one time, the first time I cruised out of Galveston was on the Vista. And I think from the car to the ship took me 10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally 10 minutes.
They got it down pretty good. Royal Caribbean.
And Miami's got a hell of a lot more people. And it wasn't much after that, I mean, It was 15 minutes maybe. But,
yeah. Hey, Dave, you're doing a solo cabin for the Viva, right?
Yes, sir.
What was the price on that? Just about.
I agree.
I got it.
I agree,
I want to say it was about. Now I got the free XP and all that. I got all the bells and whistles, the 3 dinings, the drink package, the internet, $50 off the shore excursion. I want to say it was about $1,200, maybe.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'll look it up right now.
That is great.
Yeah,
That's great. That's a deal.
Because I've been thinking about that cruise that y'all are going to be on. I might look into it, you know, because I'm solo cruising too, and
Yeah, we got 3 solo cruises on the show tonight. That's pretty good. We had a great.
Cabin's available.
you know, when I go solo, Rick, I do my tall, dark, and handsome. You know,
Well, Dave, when you go on yacht club, you need a roommate. You know, don't hesitate to call me.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I just looked it up. It was $14.78.
That's still not bad
That's still a deal.
that's
for a
beautiful.
week cruise. That's
I got
not
a
bad
solo.
at all.
I got a
With free seat.
solo cabin. So yeah, and it
Yeah.
dropped, but the price dropped. Like I paid.
Is that
I
right?
paid $14.78, but the price had dropped, and instead of giving me onboard credit, they just sent it back to my debit card.
Wow.
I think one time it dropped, it was like $200 something. The other time it was like 47. Yep.
And that
Good to know, Will.
That cruise is when?
October 31st.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
And
DC.
Trisha, we got a golf cart.
ABC.
Woo!
We got a golf cart.
All
Nice.
right.
I reserved it yesterday.
Awesome.
That could be fun.
Well, it's just a little 4-seater, but I always go when I get to Costa Maya, I go to Red Shirt Golf Cart. I get my golf cart, and I go straight to the Crazy Lobster.
Yep. That's my
Because
itinerary.
Red
I
Shirt
like
Golf
Crazy
Cart
Lobster.
and the Crazy
Mhm.
Lobster are like, they work hand in hand. So you pull up in a Red Shirt Golf Cart, they give you the best parking. They show you where to park, and then they walk you in and get you a waiter, and they take you to your table that you want, and it's on.
You get your
Yeah.
first margarita free.
Get your
Yeah.
first margarita free. The bathrooms are clean. I mean, they got
Yeah.
showers there. They got all that stuff, and they got they have vendors at the Crazy Lobster, but they're not like, hey, come buy stuff. You just walk by and they're like, anything I can
Right.
help you with. And I always buy magnets, and I always buy
Yeah,
stuff
I
there.
get stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the tables are kind of in the beach area, and
They're on the
when I-
beach.
when I went there with my wife and my son, they went and got a table. They said, my husband was sitting back there. They brought me a freaking margarita in the golf cart. As a matter of fact, they brought me 2.
Oh,
That's
Were you
curb
sitting on the
service,
driver's
Chris.
side of the golf
that's
cart?
very-
That's service for
Yeah,
you,
I was-
man.
Yeah, that was service right there in the golf cart. I
Wow.
was just sitting right there waiting for him.
Hey,
Hey,
there's a
Leslie.
place.
It
I was
came
gonna
on
You
tell
the
shouldn't drink
chatboard
and
earlier
drive.
this
You should
evening.
drink and drive, but you're in Mexico. Here you go.
I think two cruises ago, I went to Rotan and Honduras, and I decided I was going to do an excursion. So I decided, do snorkeling and boating, anyway, so we go and we had to walk all the way across the port over to where the cabs were. And this little, black guy led us over there. And we got to the van, and there was this white guy, and he said, "I'll be your driver." And it was an older van, so all of us piled in there. And make a long story short, we went over to West Beach, and we got out, and the guy walks in, the cab driver, and says, "Hey, get these people something to drink." And I'm thinking, why is the cab driver telling these people what to do? And so I asked. He owned it, right?
He owned it, yeah.
So it's called Cannabis Cafe. It's over on West Beach, and I met the owner of it, a guy named Kevin. And so every time I'm down in Honduras now, well, that van broke down while we were so that he come back in a brand new one, and he said, "Hey, Mark, there's only enough room for 14 people, so would you mind riding with me?" I thought, no. So I got like the personal tour of Rotan, and he told me, he said, "If you're ever back and you got friends, bring them with you and come down. We'll have a good time." But
That's cool.
it's called the Cannabis Cafe. It's on the West Beach in Honduras.
That's
So
very cool. Well,
Yeah, I'll
like
be
with
down there
Red
in
Shirt
March,
Golf
so-
Cart,
Yep.
I had I rented. Let's see, it was I was cruising by myself, my son and his girlfriend, and the kids, and there was a whole group of them, and I scored a double. I call it a double interior room because you got the room. You got the 2 hallways where there's balconies and interiors. Well, on some of the ships, there's a hallway that runs down the middle on certain decks, and there's interior rooms there. And I got a corner interior room. There was enough.
Get him, no, get him, go.
I got a corner. I call it a double interior. A corner double interior room that was bigger than a regular interior room.
Wow.
I loved it, and I was having a ball. They come in there like, man, Dad, Dad, you ought to come down on the deck. I'm like, I'm on deck 7. I'm not going down to deck 2 with you peasants. Okay, no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Right? I'm talking smack to my kids, right? So we went to Red Shirt Golf Carts. We had 3 golf carts. I had a 4-seater. My son had a 6-seater, and some other people with us had a 6-seater. So we're driving. We're going to. We went to Crazy Lobster. One of the golf carts got a flat.
Uh-oh.
And Red Shirt Golf Carts has the supervisors drive around in these little white. They look.
That's
like
right.
But it's got the Red Shirt emblem on it.
That's
He
right.
saw us. What's going on? So we've got a flat tire. He said, hold on. He got on the phone. He said 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, 2 6-seater golf carts show up. They dropped one off. They took the one with the flat tire, chained it to the other one, and drug it back, and it gave them that one.
That's
We
right.
literally stopped for like 8 minutes. And they
have a really good reputation. That red shirts, the red shirts, they have a really good reputation.
For sure they do.
Mark,
Yeah,
I
totally.
just looked it up,
It
and
was
there's
great.
14 solo cabins left.
Is there?
There's how many?
There's 14 solo cabins left. They're all on deck 13.
Ooh.
Which is deck 13 the lower deck?
I think
'Cause
it's about.
remember.
I think it's about mid.
No, I mean, because the solo cabins are
12 and 13 are solo.
12 or 13.
Okay.
So where's the studio, or where's the lounge? Which floor is
12.
the lounge on?
12.
it's on the
Oh,
bottom.
okay. Okay, so
I
it's
think, I
above the
think I'm on
lounge.
13, I think. Where's it at?
So
I'm
they
on
usually
12.
close to a lounge, huh?
What's that?
Are they
Yeah, I'm
usually
on
close
13.
to the lounge? The solo cabins?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm on 13.
Hey, as
Okay.
long as I can get to a coffee pot in the morning, that's
Dude, if you're in a solo balcony, or if you're in a solo cabin, that stuff is available 24/7 in the solo lounge.
Mhm.
that's my kind of deal. Well, I did
Yeah.
I did the getaway out of New Orleans a year ago,
I'll say it in a minute. I don't even know if it's still here.
and I really enjoy NCL. I think they have a good product. I had a great time on the ship, and I thought the good quality cruise line to.
This is the booze cruise in October is going to be my first NCL trip, and I'm going with these hooligans. We're gonna see how that
We'll have a
works
good
out.
time.
Yeah, the getaway's down in Miami now. So
I'm sure.
Oh wow!
I was on the getaway back in April.
Yeah, I may jump on that one in October. That would be a good time.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun.
That ship will never be the same with you guys racing those golf carts
No.
up there.
Well,
cars.
TBC's going to have to come in and inspect it when we get done.
Oh, it has.
Hey, Dwayne.
It has golf carts or golf.
It's got a golf cart, go-kart track on it.
Go kart, yeah.
Go-karts. And we're going to take it over for like 2 hours or something like that.
Okay, I'm in.
Little Calum's on 9 through 16.
Here's another
Wow, I
solo
didn't realize
cruiser,
they-
Dwayne. He's here tonight.
No, I don't think that many.
I'm looking
No,
at
it'd
it.
be
And
9.
I don't, but is it the actual solo? Yeah, there can't be that many decks with solo
No, there's
cabins.
only 2.
Really? Because
They don't do that.
what I'm looking at here is like, well, I don't know. The way it looks here, it looks like it's saying that they are on all these decks, but I don't know. It'd be a lot
they
easier if
just
there were
use-
actual numbers, but see, these are the
Hey,
ones I'm
Keeper.
only looking at solo, and it says on deck 5 there's 0 availability, and then it skips 6, 7, and 8. So maybe these are just the you know what? You're right. These are
Yeah,
just
it's probably just an interior cabin that
yeah,
they'll
these are just
sell
state
to a solo.
rooms.
Yeah,
5 and then 9 through 16 are the ones that have state
Me too, Dwayne.
the
Me
state
too.
rooms. So I was looking at it wrong. So
Okay,
12
yeah.
and 13, but yeah, 13 is the only one left with rooms.
Okay.
And
Well,
there's
you know,
I
I,
like it,
Not
unless
bad.
unless you're in a solo cabin community, ain't nobody just show up and knock on my door. You know what I mean?
right.
Just
'Cause
another
you gotta have
solo.
that little key card to get in there. So
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Alex Anonymous made it tonight on the chat board.
hey, are y'all booking through a certain deal for that group, or is it just?
No.
Because
I booked mine with Ryan from PK's Adventures and Travel.
Yeah, because NCL called me today about it, and I said, well, she said, or is that going through a cruise group? And I said, I'm not sure. She said, well, find out if it is. It's probably cheaper. And I said, well,
It's not a group. It's
It's an group cruise.
people hanging out, but it's not like an official group
Yeah.
cruise. You know, where you have to book any way you want.
right.
It's the same thing with the Hinge cruise. You know, so
And that the dates on that are October.
October
31st.
31st. Go ahead.
I think it's November 5th.
7th.
Okay.
Okay. Don't matter. I'm retired. I don't care what I get. back.
Hey,
Must be nice.
just 4 months ago, Dave, I can now say that I don't give a shit either. I'm retired.
You don't see a watch on these wrists, do you? What time it is? You know?
Hey, Alice.
Hey,
How you doing
Alice.
tonight?
Is
I
Eddie
Some-
home
retired.
yet?
Let's see. I'm 55. I retired about 4 years ago, and I come over to mom and dad's, and my dad's been retired since '95. Anyway, he's like, "So you retired, huh?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Why are you wearing a watch?" I said, "I want to know what time it is." He's like, "Why? You're retired. Does it matter?" And I'm like, "You're right."
Well, that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing I've had to get used to is, I used to hit the floor at 5:30 in the morning and, come back in the house at 6 o'clock at night. And now, the dog still barks at 5 o'clock in the morning to try to get me up. And I'm like, damn it, we're retired now. Go back to sleep.
I mean, I'll be sitting here drinking my beer, watching YouTube videos, and just playing around online. Next thing I know, there's this light hitting me in the corner of the face, and it's coming through my window. The sun's coming up. I'm like, oh, I guess I might need a nap. You know what I mean? Yeah, sleep schedule, and I got this stuff going on with my mom. So I mean, my sleep schedule's all messed up no matter what. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still do. I do professional Nashville productions for the casinos here in Oklahoma. So that I've been doing that all along, even when I teach.
What part of Oklahoma are you in?
I'm in the Southwest, Lawton, which is
Fort Sill.
Yes, I knew when I said Lawton, you'd say Fort Sill.
Yeah.
Wait, is that where Wade Hayes, country singer Wade Hayes, is from?
I think he's close. Yeah.
I think he's from Lawton, Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Fort Sill's a big artillery base.
Sure is.
I have friends up in Bartlesville.
Okay, I know where that's at.
Tulsa, I believe. But
So,
yeah.
Carol,
Oh,
how
yeah,
many times have you been to Thailand? And
Yes.
have you ever been through there on a cruise, or is this your first time going to see
No,
your family? Or
First time. My daughter moved here July of last year, and she started teaching in September. But she had lived in Laos for 4 years after college. So she liked, she really likes the Asian culture, just the whole vibe over here.
It's actually amazing. That's a lot of history over here.
Yeah.
There is no cruise out of Thailand.
Not
No,
out of,
they-
but I know some. I know some stop
there's-
there.
Bangkok is a cruise port. Yeah, Bangkok is a cruise port.
Right.
Because I have a cruise. I'm taking an Asia cruise next year. And
it's
two of the
Asia.
ports,
All right.
yeah, two of the ports are coming to Thailand. So one is Bangkok and the other one is something I can't even pronounce it. Yeah. So
I know out of Japan, if you leave it comes out of Japan, it'll
Yeah.
stop. And I think one stop there's 2 stops in Thailand. I think there's one in the Philippines. I think one in Taiwan or something. Yeah. Bucket list. So
yeah, well, NCL has a 13-day cruise in February of next year. It's on the Jade. They always do those cruises on the older ships. I think in Bill's discussion tonight, we were talking about older ships, and just about every ship I've been on has been an older ship. I take the ones with the itineraries. I'm looking for.
that's the same with me. Like next month, I'm going on the Jubilee. That's like the newest ship I've ever been on. It was like Triumph and the Dream and the Glory and the Paradise, the Sunrise. It's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think Celebrity goes to Phuket too. So
Celebrity. Oh, do they have a stop in Phuket?
they do, yes.
You think so? See, I want to go down to the cruise
Phuket.
port. Because we're going down to the water when we go to Fifi Islands this weekend. So, yeah, I would like to see a cruise port in Phuket.
Yeah, some of the ones they cruise out of Singapore. They stop in Phuket. Them and Royal Caribbean both do. Yeah.
I'm so jealous you're in Phuket right now. I am so absolutely jealous you're sitting in Phuket right now.
Yeah. I got a question for the
Just
group.
come on, it's only 33-hour flight, Dave. Just come on. Just get the credit card out. Get the credit
All right,
card
see
out.
y'all in a minute.
Wait the card.
See y'all in 3 days.
You got and I like 300 of my 300 of the dollars was credit card points, so it took the flight down, to about 800 round trip. So it wasn't too bad.
That's not that bad, actually.
It's not that bad. No.
Even at 1100 round trip. I mean, you're going
that's
from
where
the
the prices
States
was.
to,
Yeah, that's where they were. Yeah, that's where they kind of are. Right
That's
there.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a long flight, and you have to have a good bag.
well, the trick is with those long haul
Or you got to
flights,
get first class or something like that, because those seats were not. I mean,
I did learn like the trick with long haul flights, because like I flew to Germany, is one to get the aisle seat, not by the window, get the aisle seat, and like that's a 9-hour flight. So in the middle of the night, when everybody's sleeping, you get up and just walk up and down the aisles, because you got to get up and move. You can't just sit there like that. Most people do, and then when the flight lands, and they're like, oh, and I'm got up, grabbed my stuff, and I'm standing in line. I'm like, let's go, man, get off the damn plane,
Yeah, I did do that, even though I had a window seat. No, I would get up and just start walking, especially if I had to get up and go to the restroom. I would just start walking up and down the aisles. Yeah.
If you got friends and family sitting with you, it's not so bad. But if you're sitting next to strangers, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Stranger, no stranger. No, I was like, I gotta go. I mean, we're gonna be friends for the next 15 hours. We might as well just, I don't care who you are. It's like, I gotta go.
Right.
I don't care who you are. I'm getting up. I'm gonna walk down the aisle. If I have to get up, I gotta get up. It's just anything else.
I felt so
I'm
bad.
not gonna raise my hand like yeah.
I was flying from New Orleans to Atlanta, and I felt so bad. No, I was flying from Atlanta back to New Orleans, and I was drinking in the bar, and I stopped and had some drinks and got something to eat. And I went to the bathroom before I got on the plane. As soon as we took off and leveled off, I had to go to the bathroom again. And I had this older couple sitting next to me. And I felt so bad asking them, excuse me, I need to get out to go to the restroom. And they both got up. And both like, it's okay. And I'm like, man, I felt like such an ass.
I know it.
They didn't care though. They weren't like.
It's like that's the way
They didn't
but
care.
that's the way they sell those flights. I mean, that's just the way it is. If people got to get up and go, I'm not busting my gut for nobody. I'm getting up to go.
Right.
There you go.
They're holding nothing. I go.
There you go.
If I just walk back and forth in front of you, I mean, I'm nice. I talk to people and I'm friendly, but
Actually,
I'm not just get up and hold it for nobody.
I mean, besides like first class and business class, my favorite seat on a flight is all the way at the back.
If you don't have first
rows,
class,
right? So you got rows of three, right? There's rows of three with four in the middle or whatever case may be. All the way at the back on the outside of the aircraft. That's the last row is a seat of two.
Yeah.
And right behind it is the bathroom and the galley.
Yeah.
You just better hope that the person in the bathroom doesn't have explosive anything that fouls up that area. Just saying.
That happened to me.
I think they do pretty good with knowing what to do to those bathrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would keep it clean.
Okay. Wait, have you heard of SAMUI, Koh Samui, Thailand?
No, I have not.
Or SAMUI, because I keep seeing it. People, it's like a destination. But anyway, that's a cruise port there.
Oh,
I never heard of it.
I know Dwayne mentioned some of the celebrity goes to. He mentioned this. Oh, here we go. They go to fuck it. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Listen, wait.
This isn't Saturday night. This isn't Saturday night, there, Rick.
My tongue. What is this? Phucket, man. I just Phuket. Oh, there we go. Phuket.
Yeah.
Not easy, not better than what I just said.
Real Caribbean Silver Sea.
Rick said celebrity goes to fucking what?
Yeah, Real Caribbean Silver Sea and Celebrity all go through there, and they pretty much start at the end of October.
Okay.
I can't believe it. Scott.
Scott,
I hope you got that recorded.
I do not talk like Scott does. I know Scott. I got some of the stickers of Scott's.
Oh. Well, thank you very much.
Good Lord,
That's that South Texas slang.
That's how they say it there in Texas, so you know.
Yeah, South Texas slang.
I got to edit that.
There goes your G rating there, Rick. There goes
Where's Danny at? Danny was supposed to be.
And Sherman and Eddie are not here to just do this.
And pocket.
No. Anyway,
Eddie was going to have a chair.
Eddie would have muted his microphone and just rolled his head.
Woo! Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's 5 after 9 here. I got to go check on Mom, do the blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. So,
all right, Uncle Dave. See you, brother.
Okay, Dave.
Lots of love to you, man.
Love you, brother. Love you, brother.
Carol, you have a good time.
Okay.
You have a good time and fuck it. But you know.
Or pocket.
Eat some good food.
Oh my God.
I'll see y'all later. Thanks for having us.
I'm going to James Bond Island too.
See you
Don't
next
forget
time.
that.
All right. Yeah. I've got a cruise next year out of Japan. We're doing a 17-day Circle Japan, and we're going to South Korea twice.
Oh, that'd be
Oh, you
cool.
are?
Yeah,
Oh,
That'd be cool. Yeah.
that's on
17
Princess.
days?
17 days Circle Japan. Yes.
Wow. That's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, the
What
flights are probably going to
cruise
cost more than the cruise, but you know,
Right.
The flight costs more than the cruise.
Yeah.
they probably will. I haven't
Well,
booked, I haven't
it
booked the
probably
flights
didn't.
yet.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got it.
What cruise line? What cruise line?
We're
cruise
going on
line?
Princess Sapphire Princess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah,
That'd be cool.
that'd be nice.
Yeah, we were debating between Celebrity and Princess, looking at both
Mhm.
cruises, but Princess got a better deal with the Princess Premier package. So
Yes. Mm.
that kind of won us over, and I was able to upgrade because I booked so early. We got the Princess Plus included with the cruise, and I was able to upgrade for like $25 a day on the Princess Premier.
Ooh,
So
that's really good.
it
Yeah,
was a really good deal.
that's a good deal. Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
especially
looked
for
out.
17 days.
Danny wasn't
That's a
home, or
bucket
she would eliminate me from the programming.
Yep. Should have got that wrench out and knocked you down.
Ooh, thank God. Hey,
Yeah, it doesn't look like, I looked at Phuket. It doesn't look like they get a whole lot of cruise ships in there. It looks like maybe one a day, but there's only one going there right now in August. It's only got 2 dates there. But then, like I
What
said,
are
in
the
October,
dates? I wonder, is there going to be one here? Like,
let me go back real quick.
yeah,
I'd love to see a cruise ship here.
August.
that's going to be an
See.
awesome cruise, man.
August 5th and August 26th. Getting the
Oh,
Genting
August
Dream.
5th. Okay, so
Yes.
that's this weekend.
Yep. So Genting
Yeah.
Dream will be there.
The Dream, the what?
It's
The,
called Genting Dream. I've
oh,
never heard of it, so
Genting. So that's a
Genting,
cruise
yes.
line.
Star
A
Dream
European?
Cruises.
One of the Chinese cruise
Yeah.
lines. Yeah,
Yeah, they
It's
sail
a
out of
European
Singapore and
cruise line?
Malaysia.
Okay.
They sail out of Singapore and Malaysia, their home ports. So, so August 5th, there'll be
Oh,
a cruise ship
no.
there.
Okay.
I guess y'all all heard that Carnival canceled 9 cruises on Jubilee, and they're converting those 9 sailings to SEA.
CA cruises.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Does that? The question I have now, does that spur you on to look at maybe doing a cruise on Jubilee during one of those, or maybe a couple of those 9 sailings?
It would me. You know, just
Me too, if the price was right. Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the price was right and I could fit it in my
Well, yeah,
dates.
yeah.
The thing is,
They
I'm
double the prices.
I
it
like
won't
to
go
gamble,
away,
but I mean, everybody on the ship's going to be gambling, and like Mitch said, they've got ships in the freaking, main lobby and everything else down there on the ship. So I don't know if I'd enjoy that so much. I mean, I like to gamble a little bit, but not just be surrounded by it 24/7. I think the elevated menu would be nice.
Yeah. I was not all that. I mean, I had a decent cruise on Jubilee in January, but it's not one that will actually get me to come back again. Now, saying that, hearing that they're going to do these SEA cruises, I would have to take another look at it. I'll have to consider it. Not that I'm not anti-kids. I love watching kids on cruises and all
Yeah,
that.
I do too. I like kids too. Yeah.
But it'd be nice to have a cruise with all adults, and I think you'll feel a compression of the crowds. I think you'll feel less crowded with all adults as opposed with adults and kids. You know what I mean?
Well, one thing, Rick, I think when the adult cruises, it's not so much the little kids. It's the young teenagers, the pre-adults. I think
Oh, yeah.
the area
Yeah.
right there that
The
this
ones that can go without their parents.
right. And there's no supervision. Those kids run
Exactly.
rampant,
Right.
and
Yeah, and you're right.
that's
Nelly.
where I think the issue is, and I think it's a pretty good move that they at least have a couple of those for people that don't want to deal with that.
Right.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
I think it is. They're not taking away. The Carnival's trying to set themselves up as the fun ship, the ship for families, and all that. They're trying to mitigate all that crazy rowdy stuff. This may be a step in to cover another segment of the cruising crowd that we're all getting older. They're trying to appease more of the older cruisers now. And I can see that.
Well, I cruised Jubilee twice, and within the last year and a half, and one of the things that the only negative comment I really had was exactly that say 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, when most of the people are going to sleep or in the casino, those kids are running rampant throughout the ship, and I just didn't care for that,
Right.
So that may pull a lot of the older crowd out to stay out a little bit later. I don't know, but I think that's moving in the right direction to try to combat some of the problems they're having.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And see, and Galveston doesn't have an adult only ship going out, Miami and everywhere else, and even what they just did Virgin going up to Alaska. So Galveston is the only one without any kind of adult only cruise ship going out. So this is gonna fill that gap. I think it's a great decision.
I'm shocked about not shocked, but it's interesting to look at how deep Carnival's going in. I mean, instead of doing like 3 or 4, I mean, they have had Dream leave Galveston on an SEA cruise. Dream's done that very successfully. But to see them taking Jubilee, which is still the flagship of the fleet, and to 9 cruises. I mean, 9 cruises they took that they canceled and turned it into SEAs. That's a big buy-in from Carnival, I think.
Right. You know what? I think the reason why they're doing that, I think, is because they're going to try to pull from the Houston and Dallas market, and try to get try to get some of the executive type people on cruises out of Dallas and Houston.
I mean, Rick, that cruising is very popular out of Galveston, Texas, and Oklahoma people. We love to cruise,
Oh yeah,
and
of
we
course.
love to have
Louisiana,
and with
we get
with
lots from Arizona, New Mexico,
yeah.
Well, for me, it's 7 hours from my front door to Galveston Island, and
it's drivable. It's drivable.
Right.
Yep, it's drivable for me too. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, they said there were 64 million people within 8-hour driving distance of Galveston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And 8 hours is nothing. Yeah. It's not a big deal drive. That's like a work day.
I'm booked on the Icon next year, and it's a initial sailing, and you think, wow, man, they're bringing an Icon ship to Galveston. I can tell you, the market's calling for it. I mean, and I think it'll be very successful because that tri-state, that 5-state area that is really getting into the cruising is going to support it. I as a kid, I never dreamed that that port would be the way it is now. You know, I was down there last year, and I was sitting down on the dock, just amazed at the growth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And you know, and you think about it in a relatively short amount of time,
Right.
and the impact it's had on the island too.
Right. No, Nellie brought it up. I had it on my list of things to talk about tonight. Zach Brown had a concert. Where was that thing? Is it some
Fenway Park?
There you go. In that park, and they had
Fenway
like,
Park in
was it
Boston.
like 35,000 people there, something like that.
35,000 people in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, all those who attended were going to give a cruise for two, not just one, but two people per attendee, a free cruise on Margaritaville. Now, you know, you think about all this, and they calculate. Somebody calculated $40 million to cover that, but Margaritaville is one of its big sponsors for this concert tour. So there's something working between the two of them. So it's probably not going to cost $40 million, but it's a $40 million value. Let's put it that way.
Hey,
Right.
and you know, this is something I was thinking about when I heard that is that if you don't think Margaritaville was not behind that, you're crazy.
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's a big and I think my hat's off to them, man. That's a good marketing move. It's a great way, and they're fixing to have that third ship come into service here in a matter of a few months. So Beachcomber,
Right.
So,
and the thing is he, at his concerts, he's been giving away 4 cruises at every concert because they are a title sponsor.
Right.
And, you know, they're doing that 3-ship meetup after the Beachcomber launches too. So, you know, he's been on their bandwagon, but you know, to give 35,000 people a cruise, that's huge. But it's got to be used within a year. So it's good for 1 year.
Yeah, but you think about it, Chris. For every one they gave away, they'll probably sell 5. So I mean, the marketing wise, it was just a great marketing move.
Right. Well, and the thing is you know what you don't know about what some people may not know about Margaritaville. You know, even though you get a free cruise, you still got port taxes and fees. But Margaritaville also charges a fuel surcharge, then drink package, and everything else on top of that. They're going to make money. They're going to make money. So, and yeah, like Nelly said, not everybody's going to use that offer either. So,
right.
But yeah, they're still going to make money off the drink packages, their fuel surcharges. They're going to get the port fees and taxes back. So,
oh yeah,
you know, I wouldn't turn it down for sure. I'd definitely jump on.
Oh heck no, I'm all over that. And like Nelly said, not all those people going to go on a cruise. You know, within a 12-month period.
Right.
So I'll say about half, maybe 2/3.
But you couldn't buy that publicity they're getting off of that.
No, you couldn't.
You know what? I was thinking today that I was thinking about you know, we have a train that runs from Oklahoma City to Dallas, and the transport that thing runs. I was thinking, man, if Texas could get aggressive on a train that could run to the port of Galveston, just think about the revenue that could be made off of that.
Yes.
You know? And I think it's something that you know they should probably get aggressive about, because the transportation's only going to get worse. And 45.
So what are you saying are you saying from Houston to Galveston?
Yeah,
like a railway system. Yeah, directly from Houston to Galveston.
A George Bush to the port area.
Yeah, stop by Hobby.
You know, and the high speed. Like, you know,
Yeah.
30 minutes,
Like
you're
like the Bright Line in Florida. Similar
Right.
To the
Right.
Bright Line. Yeah.
Well, they're also
Yeah.
already starting to work on Shoals Field there in Galveston to allow commercial flights to fly directly into the Shoals Field there. The cruise lines are pushing for that also.
Well, you know, I think one of the things that the state of Texas has got to look at, like, really seriously is, I mean, the revenue that's coming into the state from it that, you know, is probably astronomical. But, you know, if it's going to grow any more, then it's going to have to have some kind of transportation relief to it
Right.
to help it grow more. I was just thinking about that today, and I was like, you know, a rail system coming from the airport down would fix a lot of problems.
Right. And I think, you know, we've kind of talked about that before, not only from the airport, but even getting something from going through northern Florida, coming through New Orleans and all the way over that way too would really boost, I think, revenue for Galveston
Right.
too. Because
Yeah.
think of all the people in Florida who would just jump on a train rather than getting a plane ticket. If they had a
Yeah.
high speed, you know, train to do something like that, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, they've had the old trains, you know, the trains from the 50s and 60s, you know, the locomotives and stuff like the cars and all that, as like little excursions go back from Houston all the way down to the island and back. But BNSF was not a big fan of it. Burlington Northern Santa Fe, that's the ones who owned the tracks through there, and they were very miserly with the tracks available for that. And so after a while, they finally shut it down. But we did have like an excursion style train back and forth. Now, what we need is what you mentioned before is high speed rail. That's what they
Right.
really. So
Yeah, if they ran a rail over the old bridge, you know, above it, the existing train track, that would work. And
yeah,
then they could use the same entrance in.
right. They had a station there in League City and a couple other spots along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Texas City. What? Texas?
Yeah. They
League
want
City,
Texas
Texas
City.
City.
Yeah. League City, Texas City, yeah, all and then
Mhm.
they'll wind up on the island. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to be the biggest thing when because I've got the New Year's cruise on Icon 2027 or 2027 going into 2028. Yeah, that's going to be my biggest thing is, you know, getting from the airport to down to Galveston or something like that. So, you know, I might be having to call Rick or Mitch or something like that for a ride. Who knows?
Well,
I'm
and
already gonna stay at the Rick Texas Cruiser Rick Wade bed and breakfast, so he doesn't know that yet.
who's doing the cooking, Donna?
Donna don't cook as much. I'm mainly the cook now.
We're gonna get that smoker out and we're gonna have some good Texas barbecue.
Oh yeah, that smoker stays ready and hot. So yep. I have I have some briskets, pork butts, and all that kind of stuff in the freezer out there. I need to get them cooked. Bunch of ribs, all kinds of stuff. So did you hear Tampa Bay's putting in a 4th cruise terminal, but they have an issue, and it's got to be all smaller ships. It can't be any big ships. So they're all talking about a rosy picture on they're going to do all kinds of cruise business, but you know they're just going to keep getting the older ships there because they can't get underneath that bridge. The bridge is the problem, and they're going to put the 4th cruise terminal there at some banana warehouse.
See, but I think
Where'd they hear
Tampa
that
is a
from?
good cruise port because you can get your cheaper cruises out of there. You know, you're getting on an older ship. You're not paying the premium prices.
No,
So, you know, for people who live in Florida, I mean, heck, I've even cruised out of Tampa a couple times. I really liked it. I truly did. I think, Trish, I think you went out of Tampa
did.
too, didn't you?
I did on Royal
Couple months ago.
Caribbean.
So, it's a nice little port. It's easy to get through. It's easy on and easy off.
Right.
I think the only other smaller cruise port I've been to, well, two of them are Boston and Baltimore. They're a little bit smaller than what Tampa is, but Tampa is still pretty easy to get in and out of. And they've got a pretty good deal right there. You stay anywhere near the cruise port too, and they've got that food area right there you can go to the night before. They got a couple of good hotels. They're technically within walking distance. I mean, I've scooted to the port each time I've sailed out of there. So,
yeah. Well, this is down there at the Manatee, Point Manatee, the banana. There's a Del Monte banana warehouse down there. They're going to convert. What if I heard that before? Turning the Del Monte banana warehouse into a terminal.
Where the MSC is now.
That's where Terminal 16 is right now. But this is a long ways from the other terminals. I mean, a little further. I mean, I say 25 miles. I mean, it looks a good distance down. But it's still inside the Bay Area, inside of the bridge.
When I was a kid, we had a fishing pier over there, and we ran a bait shop off of Seawolf Park. And for the flounder fishing every year, boy, that place will be packed. But anyway, my question is, do you think that they'll develop that side for cruising down that Pelican Island in the future?
No, I think they're going to get more involved in shipbuilding over there. I think they're going to be expanding to do more of that over there now. What they'll do is take up more of the cargo area on the south side of the channel for more cruises. Now, there's going to be one hybrid area, and it's going to be the 7th cruise terminal. That's going to be further to the west of where Terminal 28 is, where the grain elevator used to be. And what they're going to do is they're going to put in one huge cruise terminal where it'll serve 3 docks at one time. And the westernmost part of that terminal will have a long gangway come off and it'll turn into the ship. That'd be the 7th cruise terminal. And that will, whenever no cruise ships are in, it'll retract and allow cargo ships come in and unload and to move their cargo into the laydown area, which is further to the south of that. But they'll have it where they can do both. They kind of do both over at the Royal Caribbean Terminal 10. Occasionally, a BMW ship will come in, unload a bunch of BMWs there, and they go over to the little parking lot next to all those big offshore fishing boats are with the drag nets and all that.
Right.
But there's a parking area where they can unload and put the BMWs. But they've already started moving a lot of that further on the west end of the port. I did a little video this week of not this week, but last week. I showed the a couple of ro-ros in there and a couple of tankers in doing labors. No cruise ships in, but it's kind of neat. I want to show the ro-ros that are in. They unload beamers, all kinds of different cars, heavy equipment. They unload heavy, and also they unloaded a double-decker bus that was belonged to the Dutch soccer team, and it was here for them for there. And so that's how they transported that double-decker bus from Netherlands to here for them to tour the country during their the World Cup.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good night,
Yeah.
Nelly.
Yeah.
So
See you,
good
Nelly.
night,
Take
man.
care, brother.
Take it easy, man.
What? The other thing that surprised me this past week is Celebrity raising their gratuities, and they just
Yes.
came out of there and just said,
I
boom,
don't-
we're doing it today. And,
Who thought that?
well, the thing is they've, from what I've heard, is that if you've already had a cruise booked, they will let you prepay your gratuities up till 2 days before the cruise, and you can still get the lower rate. Which
Yeah.
kind of surprises me, because usually they say, okay, we're going to raise our gratuities on X date. If you don't prepay them, then you're stuck with a higher rate. So, but because I've got 3 celebrity cruises booked right now, but I've got my gratuities prepaid, so I didn't really bother me, so I wasn't too
Yeah.
worried about it. They just came out of left field and just said, boom, we're raising it on this date. What was it, 29th of July? And and it was a pretty significant raise too. It was $1.50. It wasn't a 25 cent or 50 cent that we've seen, some other cruise lines. But yeah, it was just right across the board, and just came out of nowhere and said, hey, here we are.
I wish a little more forthcoming with the information on how that works. They have not. They said, "Oh, this we'll put in fund and we'll pay the staff." But how does all this work? What's the mechanism in place for all that? That's
Right.
on
Now,
the question.
Yeah, and I agree. If they say, yeah, we're going to raise the staff's wages by $1.50 per day or something like that too.
Yeah,
I have no problem with that. But realistically, are the staff going to get a raise? They're not forthcoming with that information. They're not going to tell us.
Right.
So and some people are even theorizing that it's because so many people are cutting their gratuities that they don't want to pay them, that they have to raise them to kind of keep their bottom line going. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. But yeah, it's just crazy, and then,
So okay, so Chris, you take a lot of celebrity cruises. So I mean, like now I see people standing in line on Carnival, to do that. And
right.
I don't think I noticed too many people on Royal or MSC, people removing their gratuities. Actually, I don't think you can on MSC. I'm not sure.
yeah.
Remember
MSC you can, Margaritaville you cannot.
Okay, Margaritaville you cannot. And
Right.
it just it wouldn't even seem like celebrity would be that kind of culture where people would want to go up and remove their gratuity.
Right.
But I mean,
And yeah, and I
Carnival's
haven't seen that either,
know.
but with the change in culture, you may see more people starting to do it. Because people are, even at the upper echelon are trying, watching their vacation dollars.
watching every
So
year.
yeah, and I agree. I don't see those lines on the other cruise lines. You don't see them on
Mhm.
NCL. You don't really see them on Royal or
No.
But
other places. But
But Chris, if it was in the initial price that, when we
I
booked
agree.
it, I don't think it would even be an issue, just
Right.
put it in
Right.
there. Don't,
Put it in
don't,
there.
so
Yeah.
that,
And who knows? Maybe somebody like California is going to pass a law. How they did with the truth in pricing not too long ago that made them include
Yeah.
port fees and taxes.
The
Somebody's
fees
going to
and
pass a law.
taxes. Yeah, they
Right.
need to just put gratuities with that. Yeah.
Right.
And somebody's going to pass a law, and that's going to force the cruise lines to roll them in.
Yeah.
Because if they sail out of California, they might as well just do it across the board, just like they did when they changed when they passed that law on the truth in pricing.
because when I go on a cruise and I'm booking a cruise, I'm just a man with fat pockets that's ready to spend some money, get on that cruise, and to put a gratuity option at the end kind of leaves it open for people to do this,
Right.
exactly what they're doing. If it was just put there, this is it, it's kind of like paying your port taxes, you're going to do it. There's no,
Right.
if they did the same thing with the gratuity deal, and I realize the word gratuity is, basically a appreciation for the services you render. But, it just seems to me like it's always been an issue that we could get away from by just putting it in there and being done with it and making it make the price feasible and let it go,
Right, because they already do that for the drink packages. You don't have an option to opt out of the gratuities on the drink packages, nor do you have a chance to opt out for the specialty dining. It's automatically added in.
Right.
So, it can be done if they want to do it, but why they haven't. The reason why they haven't done it is, when I looked into this a couple years ago, is because if they rolled it into the pricing, then they'd have to pay taxes on it.
Right.
That becomes a taxable revenue for the cruise lines. That's why they keep it as a gratuity, so it's a voluntary thing, so they don't have to charge, so they don't have to pay taxes on the cruise line. That's the money saving opportunity for them.
Right.
I think the thing that gets me the most and is like you were saying, where is this money going? You said you don't see, if they're raising their salaries by $1.50 an hour or whatever, or a day or whatever it is. But it not knowing where it's actually going, like how much of that gratuity that we pay, the $20, whatever amount that we're paying in gratuity a day, how much does that actually go to the crew? How much is that going towards fuel? Where is that going? Right. But I'm too chicken to take it off, because what if that money is indeed going to, the behind the scenes folks that, because I'm tipping the people that I interact with. When I get a drink from the bar, I'm giving them $1 or $2 or whatever. When I have dinner at a restaurant, I'm leaving them some money. I'm, $5, $10, whatever, depends on how big my party is. The room steward, I'm leaving a gratuity for my room steward on top of the prepaid gratuities that whether I prepay it or they take it out, at the end.
Right.
They're getting those gratuities. I'm not removing them. And a lot of that is because I'm just too uncertain about where that money's going. And the last thing I want to do is take it away from the crew if it is indeed going to them.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think it depends on the position of the crew, because I've made a lot of friends over the years, and it depends on what their position is. I like the people that are in the service out front positions, they see more of an impact. And even you can watch this like on one of Chris Wong's videos, because as his paycheck would vary month to month because of gratuities. And he pointed that out at one time before he resigned from cruise ship life. So from that standpoint, but with talking with some of the people that my room steward I've made friends with and, I've contacted, after the cruise and stuff like that, I don't flat out ask, but, it's come across in conversation. How does that truly impact you? And on different cruise lines, I think it impacts them differently, where some of the money does, a lot of the money does go into it, and they do see it fluctuate cruise by cruise, where other cruise lines, I don't think have that impact.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And the thing is I'm like you, Tricia, I'm not going to remove that, because what if it does go to them? Because they work their butts off, and I'm very appreciative of what they do. And I'm like you, I leave them on. I do tip extra, provided I get great service.
Right.
And they're always appreciative. And I'm not rich. I don't have deep pockets. Unlike Mark down there, he's got just dollar bills flowing out of his pockets.
I know he was over there saying he had fat pockets. I was going to start showing him my feet. Trying to
get you that free cruise there. But
exactly.
I mean, my wife and I both teach, but we make it a point to make cruising our mode of release. So that's
entertainment.
Yeah, it's our entertainment. So,
but the whole idea behind the gratuity, and I worked in the food industry for a while, and I used, in the management position, and I would tell our employees, tips and gratuities are an extension of the appreciation of the customer. And
a good translation of a gratuity, but that's not the way the cruise line's treated.
And that's exactly the point I'm making, is that the, you know, should that gratuity even be I mean, we talked about having to tax it if they added into the deal. Couldn't they come up with some kind of separate account that goes in there, which would help the industry? I don't know the answer, but it just sounds good that
Right.
That there could be.
Right. There are people making a lot more money than all five of us on this panel
Oh yeah.
together that are making those decisions and see the dollar bills and the wherewithal of all that. So
Now,
I
Rick,
mean, yeah, we can sit here and theorize. Oh yeah, except for Rick. I mean,
the governor could write him a check.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we can all sit here and theorize about how it's happening because they don't tell. I mean, we know what we know from talking to
It's the
people.
big mystery in life. Where do the cooties go?
Kind of like the tooth fairy growing up, you just don't know where it's coming from.
Hey, I came up with a question earlier today. What is the single most thing that you think about when you're booking a cruise?
For me, itinerary. I look at that first. Then I look at
cabin
how I'm gonna get
location. First thing I think about is cabin location. Itinerary is secondary. It's, to me, we've been cruising so many times. We just we go more for the ship now than we do the itinerary. And the main thing I think about is cabin location. And we like to be close to elevators where we're too old to be running up and down the hallways and all that. And
What about you? What about you, Tricia?
Depends on it depends on when I'm trying to go. Like if I'm going with my husband, the very first thing I have to look at is the dates because he's a teacher and he can't take time off during the school year. So we try to hit, currently we try to cruise, he and I together in October, or at least whenever his fall break is going to hit. So looking at the date is important there. And then the others, it just depends. Like if it's a group cruise or an ungrouped cruise, it's, the price. Can I afford it? The room, what room category am I going to get so that I can afford to go on this group cruise?
Yeah.
Who's going to go with me? If it's something like this one here with my mom that we're taking at the end of this month, it was the itinerary. I was looking for something. It wasn't even so much the dates because I'm a little more flexible with the time that I can take, and she's retired. So it wasn't so much the dates as it was I was looking for the ship and the itinerary. So it just depends on who I'm going with and what idea I have for booking that cruise at the time.
How about you, Carol?
I think that almost the same thing as what Tricia said. One is the dates because I can't cruise during holiday time because I'm on lockdown at work. I work with taxes, so at the end of the year I can't take any time off. So I don't like to really cruise during the summertime. I will, but I don't really like to. So I like the September, April. I like spring and fall. That's when I like to cruise, and early winter. And then also I like to go on ships I haven't been on before and cruise lines I haven't been on before. So I kind of like to mix it up. Have any loyalty anywhere. I just kind of like I called myself a cruise gypsy because I like to look for whatever the best deal is at the time of year that I can go, and to be a different itinerary, a different ship. Yeah. So variety. Yeah. I guess I could say variety.
Right. Yeah. And I don't have deep pockets. So, we're typically looking at anywhere between a 7 to, 12-day cruise because that's within our price range. But, we do find different cruises that we can take, especially throughout the summertime because we're both teachers. But yeah, I look at the itinerary because, I've only been cruising for about 4 years now, and there's still a lot of places I want to go. So I try to find cruises that will take me to those places. I still haven't been to Barbados. I haven't been to St. Lucia. I haven't been, that far eastern Caribbean. So, there's still places I do want to visit. I've been to Coco Cay, 10 times. Will I go there 10 times again? Absolutely. I've been to, Nassau.
I feel that way about Cozumel. Yeah. Yeah.
Will I go there again? Absolutely. But, I'm looking at itineraries that, and price is a factor and time of year is a factor and stuff like that. But, the main thing I do look at is itinerary right now. So, hey, Tawana, good to see you. But yeah, I really look at the itinerary because I'm still a youngster compared to you experienced cruisers. So
I'm totally a youngster.
Hey, so Rick, the Cam family had a good question there. It said if you had. Go ahead, you can do it.
Let me put that back up. Yeah, Mitch has a good, interesting question. Now, I'll start it off with, I do the 2 cruises with itineraries I didn't care about because I want to go on a ship. I was cruising more for the ship than I am the itinerary now. But there may be occasionally there'll be a night like the ABCs, like Trish is fixing to do. That would appeal to me. But I like to experience some different ships and all that. So yeah.
For me,
realistically,
go ahead.
For me, I'd take the 1 cruise with the itinerary that I'd love. As much as I like to cruise and as frequently as I like to cruise, I'm still looking for the experience. So that's kind of where I'm looking at. So go ahead, Trish. Sorry.
I'm exactly where Chris is. Even though I do have the ability to take the time off throughout the year, and I do have a pretty generous PTO policy at work, I still, it's not infinite. I don't have an infinite number of days. So I'm taking the 1 cruise that I really want to go on so that if it frees me up for other things later, because as much as I love to be on a ship, I want to go places I haven't been. And that is one of the things Patrick and I look at when we try to pick our cruises. And now he's only been on 1 cruise. And so when we were looking to pick our cruise for this year and then again next year, that was one thing we had to do, is we had to look and see how many of the ports that we were going to were new ports, because he doesn't want to go to Nassau every single time. It's okay if Nassau is on there, but there should be some other ports that are not Nassau and not Half Moon Key and not Celebration Key.
Right.
Because he's been there and he doesn't want to do those 3 ports again, all on the same cruise.
That's one of those questions that has no wrong answers.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no wrong way cruise.
Yeah.
Carol?
It all cruise. Yeah, it's all with your lifestyle. Carol, where do you land with these?
Oh, definitely the itinerary. Yeah. I would want the long one with the one. Take 1 cruise with an awesome itinerary. That's me. Yeah.
Right.
I want to go where I haven't been before. Yeah.
My deal is like I've taken 4 Southern Caribbean cruises, and the Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Honduras. As much as I love them, I think I'd like to see a little bit of other things, and so to answer the question, I probably have to go with the itinerary, and I'll probably do another Southern this next year. I know for a fact I am, but
I love the Southern Caribbean.
Yeah.
Now, my disclaimer on that is I would choose a back-to-back on a ship I didn't necessarily care about, or an itinerary I didn't really care about, if it was a ship that had a lot to offer. So we're talking like your Icon, that you really need the extra time to really see and do it all, where the ship is the itinerary, or the ship is a destination. I mean, in that instance, yes, I would 100% do a back-to-back, even if I didn't care about the itinerary, because I need that time to fully get to know that ship.
Yeah. Right. So the Icon that's going to be leaving out of Galveston August of 2027 is just going to the same ports that Galveston always goes to, but they're going to fill that ship up because that ship is the destination icon.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
on that particular cruise, for last year for Christmas, I paid for the deposits for all my kids to go
On the
And,
icon.
on the Icon.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I did the same.
Since that time, there's like 35 of us going now. So, y'all was talking a minute ago about, the destination of the ship being itself. With 35 people, it kind of is. I don't think the itineraries are really that important, but and I think certain situations call for different things. And like right now, if I'm going on one, I'd really like to go up in the Bahamas and explore that a little bit more, the ABC Islands.
Right. And something else I kind of look at too is what port are we leaving from? Because I still have the infatuation with travel. I've gone out of, several new ports this year. We're going out of Seattle, was awesome to go out of. Going out of Boston, going out of Baltimore, were all great experiences.
Right.
I haven't been out of Galveston yet, but I will be next year with Icon. I was supposed to go on Liberty, and that's how I got the Icon trip. But I did have Icon booked in the future. I've been out of Los Angeles, San Pedro. I'd like to go out of San Diego. I think, even though I'm still going to the Mexican Riviera or something like that, I'd love to do it. I'd love to go out of San Francisco. So, it's just the joy of travel.
Are you on the initial cruise?
I am not on the initial. I'm not on the initial. I'm doing the New Year's Eve cruise in 2027. It leaves like December 26th.
Well, next summer I'm going on the European cruise with Island Time. I think it's the Sunshine, and it goes from Rome to Barcelona.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been overseas, so I'm looking forward to visiting some of those places.
Yeah, and that's kind of like with us going to Japan. That was a bucket list because we, because like Carol's daughter does. When I worked down in Tennessee, we actually hosted a bunch of Japanese high school students, and I taught ESL part-time there. So I've got some students, but they're in their 30s now, that are going to host us when we go over before our cruise. So we're going to see, a lot of Japan when we go.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Chris, my oldest students are 40 now.
Right. Well, my oldest students are older than that, but the high school students that I had that were in Japan are in their 30s now. So yeah, they've got their families, and they said, "Oh, we can't wait for you to come over." And I told them when they were coming over, my Facebook blew up because I was getting messages from kids I barely even remember.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
great.
So
how
we're looking forward to it.
So how far in advance are you going over before your cruise starts?
We're going to go at least a week over. We haven't got it planned out fully, but we're going to do at least a week over and then probably stay a week after. So that's kind of what we're looking at.
In Europe, I think we're going to go 2 days prior to the cruise leaving. And then when we get to Barcelona, I think I'm going to stay a day or maybe 2 then too.
Right.
Before I fly back.
And talking about the joy of travel, some of the things I've been looking at is possibly like maybe flying to Hawaii, stay there for a few days and take a trip from Hawaii to Tokyo to get on a cruise, or, flying over to Portland, because I know a couple of airlines fly out of Portland, and then get over that way too. So it's the joy of travel. So
Chris, you were saying how the joy of travel in different ports, that you said that was a factor too, because there's ports you haven't cruised out of, and I'm really excited because I keep a spreadsheet of what I have going on, and I was looking at my cruises for this year. My embarkation ports are Canaveral, Tampa, Miami, New Orleans, and Galveston for this year.
Right.
Next year it's Miami, Anchorage, New Orleans, Tampa, and Canaveral. So for the next 2 years, I don't repeat any in the same year. Like I do repeat in a 2-year period, but it's not like every cruise is out of Canaveral, even though that's such a convenient port for me. My in-laws live near there. I can hitch a ride with them. They'll take me, pick me up. I mean, I stay with them if sometimes. I mean, it's so convenient, but it's also so exciting to not be tied to one port.
Yeah.
Right. And what we were talking about with back-to-backs, looking at the ship and stuff like that.
Nice.
I've got a cruise in December on Celebrity Reflection. And then Celebrity Reflection is going into dry dock in January and February. And then my wife and I have a back-to-back on Reflection in June. So we're doing it again, but we're going to see a renewed ship. So we're kind of looking forward to that. And the reason why we're doing Reflection again is because a couple of years ago, we were supposed to be on Celebrity Beyond when it had propulsion issues. And that cruise got canceled. And I had paid for my cruise with gift certificates. Well, they're not going to reimburse, they're not going to give me cash back for gift certificates. So they said, we're going to give you a future cruise credit that did not expire. So that's, and pretty much by doing the back-to-back, I'm out of pocket. I'm paying maybe $300 total for the 2 cruises. So, that kind of worked in our budget. And with us going to Japan, that's another way for us to get on a ship at a decent price. The worst thing is going to be able to, just flying down to Fort Lauderdale again. But,
Hey, Dwayne asked just a minute ago. I'm from Lawton, Oklahoma. He was asking where I was from. So
right.
Mitch said that none of his cruises in 2026 was going to take him to Cozumel. And funny enough, this year, 4 of the 5 are taking me to Cozumel.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't planned. It was group cruises and,
Yeah, it's like last year. I was on 4 cruises, and I was supposed to be on 4 cruises. I ended up doing 3 because the Beyond got canceled last year in the summer. But all of them went to Nassau and all of them went to Coco Cay. So did I care? No, I'll get off the ship. I'll go to Nassau again. I mean,
I like
a
Nassau.
lot of people don't like going to Nassau. We find different things to do. We do our self-guided itineraries and stuff. So, we love going to Coco Cay. I loved going to Great Stirrup Cay when I was on NCL. So yeah, it was all a great thing. So.
well, here, a lot of people don't like to go to Costa Maya. Well, the lady, it's called Magnetic Jewelry. I met her 2 times ago when I did this little, pitch for her for people in Cosbell on content creation. And now when I go, she knows me. The minute I get off the ship, she's like, "Hey, Mark, how you doing?" And she has a place over there called Jaguar Cafe that they just opened up down the street from Crazy Lobster. And, so when I go to Costa Maya, I kind of run into her, and now I just go over to the shop just to say, hey, and she's like, "Have you been to my?"
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Costa Maya. It is a tourist spot, of course. But you go from there to like Mahawal and spend some time over there. I mean, it's come back to Costa Maya in say 5 to 8 years, and you're gonna see some changes made in that period of time. Take my word for it. And Royal Caribbean's building a nice community center there in Mahawal, strictly for the Mahawal residents. I guarantee you, Royal Caribbean's got something working on developing some area in that region.
They got something up that sleeve.
They
I
got
agree.
something working. I tell you, and I said that from day one. Whenever they first said that the deal to build Perfect Day Mexico fell out, but Royal Caribbean was not acting frantic. So that says something to me. Said, well, because they're seeing this as an opportunity to develop something that's going to be special. It's not going to
And
be
they-
over in the mangrove area, of course, but it's going to be a little more to the west of that area.
Right.
And it's-
They didn't sink all that money in there for nothing.
Oh, heck no. And they're not running away from there. They spent money on roads. They're spending money on the sewage treatment plants. And they're building this high end. I mean, it's a community center that's huge. It's a big, all kinds of stuff going on over there. So, no, Royal Caribbean's working on something. I'm telling you, and I said that from day one. It's going to happen. And see, I
All
don't
right, you
have
guys, I gotta go. I got my my grandson is up. I gotta go.
Yeah,
make
yeah,
some
yeah.
breakfast.
I'm Carol. You take care. Pleasure talking
All
with
right,
you.
this was great. This was a great conversation, you guys.
Enjoy
Miss
it.
Carol, I am so excited you came on with me tonight, man. I just love you to death, and I know you, I wish I was there with you, living life vicariously.
Yay!
Hey, take
Come
some
on over.
pictures
Just
of
get that credit card out. Just swipe
Yep.
it. It just
Yes,
smile.
take some pictures of that cruise ship for us, and I expect to see
Okay,
them on your
yes.
Facebook
I'm gonna
page.
try to get down there, and I'm gonna look up the name of that because I know it was one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name
Gen-
you said, but I'll
Gentine
look it up.
Dream.
I know how to look it up. I know how to look it up.
Gentine Dream on August 5th. Actually, it's on a 3-day cruise, and that's its only port stop.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just coming in. Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, I'm gonna take some
Well-
pictures. All right, bye, you guys.
I love you,
Cheers.
dear
Bye,
Carol.
Carol.
See you, Carol.
Mark, thank you for coming on. Trish and Chris, I tell you what, y'all guys are troopers, man. we lost a big chunk of the cabinet tonight, but Mark and Carol came in and did a good job of filling in. And I loved Uncle Dave coming on. He has a lot of stuff on his plate right now. And
For sure. For
so,
sure.
Life be
So-
lifing, and you just got to roll with it. And, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
we're all here to support each other. And that's one thing I love
Yeah.
about this community. You know,
Well,
For sure.
Rick, I wanted to tell you that I'm probably not in the cabinet yet, but I'm probably going to be a lobbyist for a while.
okay.
Okay. Folks,
Hey, go book that.
appreciate you coming. Keep Eddie and Dave in your prayers tonight, please.
Yeah.
They're great people, and I know Dave's got some stuff coming, and I'm with him. Whatever he needs from me, I'm there for him. And so, folks, thank you for coming. Your brain trust. I love you to death. Hit that like and subscribe button for all of our channels. Become a member. And Miss Donna, luckily she's eased out of here, so she ain't gonna beating on me. Tell Donna to say this, do this. Okay. We got it.
Like and subscribe.
Like
Exactly.
and subscribe.
Subscribe.
And if you do that, everything's happy. We're all happy.
And check out my Patreon. Check out Trisha's Patreon.
Please do. Thank you guys. And everybody, y'all have a great evening. Be kind to one another out there. And love you to death. And I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.